My name is Chris, I'm the founder of the Rattle. I'm going to tell you a story. The Rattle. I was born in 1982. And at the time, my dad was the founder of a very well-known record label. And so I grew up in a family where my dad was a rising star of music. But by the time I was 3, we were living pretty much on the streets. My dad succumbed to the 80s. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, stuff we love. He ended up having to sell all his businesses to some hairy dude that's now obsessed with going into space. 3 years in. And so I grew up in this family that was absolutely obsessed with their hatred of the music business. They were like, it's the scourge of the fucking universe. And so obviously by the time I was 17, thinking about what it is I wanted to do with my life, I only had one goal, and that was to be in the music business. So I applied to something called the Academy of Contemporary Music. Do people know it? And I got in to do music production, and I went back to my parents and I was like, Mom, Dad, I got into the ACM. And my mum just went, eh? And my dad exploded in volcanic rage. It was plates flying like lava into walls. It was insults hurled like ash into my face. And he shouts just momentarily, he's like, my fucking boy, you're not getting into the fucking music business. I'll only support you in the music business if you get a real fucking degree. So I saw my chance. I was like, fine, Dad, I'm gonna do physics. So I did. Only to spite my dad. And so 7 years later, I found myself at MIT. And I fell in love with that place. It was my people. And you see, a lot of people don't actually understand, but MIT is not like Harvard or any of these fancy unis. It's a place where people are celebrated for making something amazing. They're curating people that fundamentally make something, not because it leads to some job, but because it makes a fundamental change. And I'll give you an example of where my life changed at MIT. You see, I went to a talk where there was 250 people in the audience, kind of not like this, and there were a panel of 4 people. There was this like old dude on the left, 60, 70, 150 years old, I don't know, he's wearing a baseball cap, and 2 guys in the middle who were like early 30s, late 20s, perfect creases in their trousers, fat tie, chisel jaw, consultants. And then on our right, this kind of like 15-year-old senior of the people in the middle, clearly a VC. And somebody asked a question in the audience. They turned around and went, I've made this thing, what do I do now? And one of the consultants stands up. He stands up and goes, well, you need to follow Bain's 5-point funding plan. And like magic, he does this. He goes, step 1. And his fingers touch. And all of a sudden we hear down this like speaker system. And this old dude, this dinosaur of a human being, stands over this kid. And he shouts, boy! It's so fucking old school! And they just sit down. And they're like, what the fuck? What is this that makes this like old ancient man call what I thought was the epitome of American business? This dream, this ACM manifestation of technology. What is it that makes this ancient human being turn around and like essentially say that he's fucking old school? So I look up who this guy is. His name's John Landry. He's the inventor of the fucking spreadsheet. You see, in a world where people celebrate what people make and they make the conditions that where people make things, it fundamentally fucking changes the universe, they have the fucking right to turn around and say that you are fucking old school in that suit. So I dodged a fucking bullet by not going to ACM. And what I'm looking for each and every one of you here is to ask yourself, where the fuck is MIT for music? Artists are founders of culture. They deserve every single fucking thing that every tech company has ever had when they started. And so that's what I'm fucking making. It's called The Rattle, and we are the MIT for culture. Drop in money. Give it up, give it up! Give it up for us, the slam down talk, motherfuckers, MIT! Chris Howard! Okay, we got one more speaker, then we have a wild card.